Today, I will discuss state in React component. There are some differences of using a state in class and functional component. In this video, I will discuss state in class component and how it works inside the component. And the next video, I will discuss state in functional component. In React, state is a built-in React object. That means this is not a user-defined object. This is reserved keyword of React and used to contain information about component. State is mutable. It can change over time. React re-renders component in browser for state changes. Component may have other properties, variables, and they can change over time. But React does not re-renders component in browser for those changes. State can be changed as response to user action like button click or input changes or network changes. You cannot change the value of state directly. If you wish to change the value of a state, you need to call Setstate method with new state. Only Setstate method can change the value of a state. Let's see how it works. This is the grid component. This grid is a class component. I will use this component to demonstrate state and how it works. We can define and initialize the state properties inside the component either of two ways, inside the constructor function or using ES6 class field syntax. Let's see inside the constructor function first. Define a constructor here. Inside the constructor method, first statement is to call the super method. This super method basically returns instance of parent class. In JavaScript, if you want to access parent class properties or invoke a constructor, you need to use the super keyword. Let's initialize the state. Here this dot state. This is the keyword of React. So I am adding first name here. Yes, last name. State has been initialized. I define this state with the properties first name and last name. Let's remove this code. So here I am using the properties from the state. Let's see in browser and see React renders state information in browser. Let's remove the super method. Ctrl S and go back to the browser. It is getting error because I am accessing parent class properties state without calling the super method. So it is clear that it is mandatory to call super method at first statement inside the constructor. We can also use ES6 class field syntax to initialize the state. Let's see. Let's cut this code and paste here. This is the class field syntax. Save and go back to browser. Let's verify the content. The similar result. Okay. Now let's see how we can change values as response of button click. To add button inside the HTML, I need to add a parenthesis inside the return statement because HTML will become multi-line. For adding button, this HTML will have multiple root tag that does not JSX support. So I am adding empty tag here. In React, we call it fragment. Inside the fragment, I am adding the HTML. So here, under the href, I am adding the button. And name of the button will be change name. So also button click of event of the button is on click. In React, event will be camel case. And inside the parenthesis, I'm calling an event handler method. This, I name it handle name change. Define the method here, handle name change. First, I am trying to change the state directly, like this way. State, I'm changing with the first name Morgina and second name, last name is Hawk. Adding here console log also. This dot state. Let's see in browser. Here is the button. Let's click the button. No change of state. The value has been changed, but React does not render this new state value in browsers. To change the state value in browser, I need to use the Setstate method. Inside this Setstate method, you need to pass a new state. Here, and when it is called, React re-renders these changes in browser. Save and go back to the browser. Let's see. Now React renders the change state in the browser. So if I summarize, you first need to call the super method inside the constructor. Then you can initialize the state with the default value. To change the value of the state, you need to use the Setstate method. This Setstate method is taking the parameter as a new state, and finally React re-renders the state changes in browser.